Hey guys, I'm here with another video on Wry Neck today. This is Awesome Nene, and you all probably noticed that the video, the part 2, cut off. There was supposed to be a part with me taking the chick out and doing her medicine. I was going to show you guys how to do the vitamin E and selenium, but my video cut short and it just didn't record it. I think I ran out of space on my phone, and because I'm recording these on my phone. But anyways, so I think it just ran out of space on my phone, and so then it just didn't record the rest of the video. Today I will be talking a little bit more about the Wry Neck and going over the treatments for Wry Neck. I'm going to bring my chair in. I sit down in this chair to treat her. Helps me be able to just sit down without having to try and juggle her and the medicine and myself. So I'm just going to set down my chair here. I've got my vitamin E and selenium right here, and I'll be getting her out shortly. So I'm just going to move this over actually. And sorry, I know you guys probably don't want to see this, but that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to do that. You can see her neck's kind of tucking again. It happens a lot when they're stressed. Like, that's her head just tucking. She's having a spasm right now. You see how it kind of tucked underneath her belly and kind of gets stuck there, and it won't move. Or you can see it's kind of quivering and shivering. That will stop after a little bit. Usually it happens when there's like high movement or high stress, like there is right now. You know, I've been moving stuff around. I put the chair in here. I moved the barrel for the food. It's just a lot of crazy, stressful stuff going on for a chick. So you can notice that it does kind of happen when they are stressed. I think that'll work. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit down with you guys, and we're gonna. Sorry, Shiloh. And Shiloh, come here. Oh, you're fine. Okay, so letting you guys know that Wry Neck is not contagious. I've mentioned that in my other videos on Wry Neck. It is not contagious, and the only thing that's really deadly about it is the fact that they have difficulties eating and drinking. When you give them the vitamin E and selenium, the chick will sometimes get worse before they get better. So I've been giving her this. She's already stretching and doing better. Oh, now she's back to having those spasms where she's walking backwards. But they do tend to get worse before they get better. So even if you are giving this to your chick and you see that nothing's happening, or they get worse, you know, like their spasmings get worse, they are almost completely flipping over or something. And that usually is just because it's just getting worse before it gets better. If you keep continuing to give them these vitamin E and selenium gel supplements, you will see a difference normally in 24 hours or a little bit later. Sometimes it takes a little bit for you guys to see a difference. And then one day you'll just come in and she'll be completely fine. You will not even really notice that she's had it. You'll just come in and you won't even be able to tell her apart from the other chickens. You do want to keep them, if you can, in with the other chickens. If you notice that they're picking on her or sitting on her or pushing her out of the way, she's not getting any food or water, then that's when I would recommend that you guys pull them out. Chickens are very social creatures. They do love being in groups. I usually do 4 or more per group. I usually do about 5. 5 is a pretty even number. As you can see, all of these guys are in groups of 5. If you notice that they are pecking or beating up this injured chick, go ahead and remove that chick. What I do is I would give them a mirror if possible, so they can see another chicken, even though it's just themselves, and they won't feel as lonely, so they won't die of loneliness. Chickens will die of loneliness as well. You can notice. Oh, sorry, I just had to try to get my buzzing. I think I'm good. Okay, anyway, sorry. They can die of loneliness. The chickens will just give up. If you have them by themselves, with no other chickens, they do tend to not do as well. They will just stop eating and drinking. They can literally just give up on life and die. So try to just give them something to look at, somebody to talk to. You can handle them and give them attention, but usually it's not as satisfying as if they were in with another chicken. As you know, with Buffy and Tuffy, my two chickens that I rescued, or not really rescued, Buffy was just a chicken who just doesn't like other chickens. I cannot put her in with other chickens. There are rare occasions where you just can't do that. She just won't go in with the other chickens. She's kind of the opposite of dying from loneliness. She almost dies of being too social. Buffy will literally stop eating, stop drinking, and will just sit in the corner and let go of life if I put her in with anybody else. So I keep her separated. And then after I separated them, we had a dog attack, and they killed off 90 of our chickens. And she was one of the survivors. We had the psychos, the survivors, but she was one of them. But she was so injured that she couldn't go with any of the other chickens because they would beat her up, eat her, kill her, all that stuff. So I had them both out, and it was hard because I'm trying to juggle 2 waters every day, and it was not fun for me. And I felt bad for them because that one, I named her Tuffy. She's a nice brown with the dog injuries, and I felt bad because she was just sitting in a cage by herself all day, and Buffy was sitting in her cage completely fine. Sorry, the chickens are causing problems. But anyways, and so I had the idea of, well, I'm going to see if they can go in together because Tuffy is getting kind of lonely. Buffy just doesn't like other chickens, and Buffy does not act like other chickens. She does not pick at anybody. She doesn't hurt anybody. She doesn't even lay eggs. And so I tried them together, and they get along fine, and now they are inseparable. But I cannot put any more chickens in with them, or else Buffy has a problem. Tuffy's the only one Buffy will let around, and Tuffy is just happy to have a chicken to talk to. So, anyways, I went on a tangent in a story. How about that? Okay, back to the Buff. Hopefully she doesn't have to go in with Buffy and Tuffy. Hopefully I don't have to try and introduce them to each other. Hopefully when she's healed, she can go back in with everybody else, and they'll all be happy campers. So, alright. I'm setting down the cap to the selenium and vitamin E. And you can see that it has like a red kind of pigment to it. It's like a reddish, orangish color. She does take it pretty well on her own now. I can just like stick it in there and she'll eat it. But it can be difficult to get them to take it. What you can do is, when you're giving it to them, you can actually just put it next to their beak, or you can take a little bit on your finger and kind of rub it on their beak, and then let them try and eat it on their own. If they will take a little bit on the first day, that's completely fine. Come here. You can see she's getting better, she's getting faster, and she's actually running from me now. Or she's getting stuck up in the corner. But you can see that when you hold her, she's in a high stress situation. That happens to her. I'm going to set her down in my lap. I'm going to kind of hold her. What I usually do is I kind of take her with my fingers. I just lightly lift up her head so it's not tucked. And I just kind of give her some attention, pet her, talk to her. But as I was saying, if they don't take a lot the first day, that's fine. As long as I get a little bit, it'll start to help them. What I do is I usually give about a quarter size. It's just hot. That's why that happened. So I'll give her that then. I usually don't give about that much, but because she's an older chicken, I would. Don't give too much. If they get too much, when they're starting to get better, they can die from it. Because it's selenium and vitamin E. It's not insoluble. So what I do is I put it over next to her. And I put her beak next to it, and she tends to take it on her own pretty well. Today we're having a little bit of some problems. Come on, baby. There she goes. See, she's kind of eating it on her own. She's taking it. When you give them to baby chicks, only give like not even a dime size. Just start with a tiny little bit, just a little dollop, and that'll help. For the older, bigger chickens, I do tend to give a little bit more, just so they, because their bodies are bigger, they have more, there's more body, more volume for it to make its way through. How you doing? You doing better? She took quite a bit. I'm gonna try to regroup it all, and I'm gonna see if I can get her to take a little bit more with my finger. If not, it's no big deal. As long as you get them to take some, that I call that a win. Don't try to make them take the whole bottle. Just do a little bit at a time, one little dollop here and there. I'm only giving pretty much that much, like this much to begin with, because so much came out. And then also she has been taking it pretty good, and I don't want this to go to waste. Come on, baby. Okay, she took some, and so now I'm going to give her a break. She took some for me. She took quite a bit for me, actually. So I'm going to put her back in. We'll have a spasm, try to re-get her footing, and then just shut the door so she doesn't fall out. So, that's how I give her medicine. You can find your own way to do it. That's just how I do it. I hold them in my hand. If you have a chick you hold in one hand, you can prop their head up on one finger and try to give it to them. But I'm just watching my chicken right here. You can see she's actually doing a little bit better. It's just stress. Hopefully by tomorrow she'll be doing a lot better. This has been day 4, I think. Day 4 of her getting her medicine, or the supplement. Vitamin E supplement. Usually what you're supposed to do is give it to them 2 times a day, morning and night, for 2 weeks. And then after that, start seeing them getting a little bit better. After those 2 weeks, decrease it down to once a day for a week, and then down to every other day for another week, and then have them be done. Just to kind of help get them off of it, make sure their body's still building up what they need. So we still have a long way to go with her, but you can see she does seem to do a little bit better. She's more active. She's not just like sitting in the corner or walking backwards. She's actually walking forward. She's looking around. She's been eating. She hasn't been drinking a lot. I am watching her for that, but she seems to be doing pretty good otherwise. So I'm hoping she will continue to get better, and I hope this video helps everybody. Just share this video, like, comment, and if you guys want an update video on her or want to see me treat her, just let me know, and I will see what I can do. So in the meantime, I am going to go, and I've got some other animals to take care of today. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.